This track is definitely something that I would bump in the whip if said whip had working monitors. I really liked the instrumental, but the main thing that got me about it was the bass line that was just like hitting so hard. That being said, I do really enjoy the fact that there's an added dynamic of like the softness of the pad that's playing in the back, as well as the like nature samples that they have in there. I thought that was kind of cool. I also really like how the vocals were treated in the very first verse. I can't remember if it happened again later, but I know for sure on that first verse there was like a delay or a reverb on like certain words where it would make him sound like he's like a spirit or like a ghost or something. Even though I like the track overall, I really wish that the vocals on the chorus were going as hard and being as aggressive as the bass line is, because the instrumental is like hard and I was expecting the chorus to be that way too, but it like he was kind of just like writing right inside of it, which maybe that's like his personal style and maybe I'm just like used to like super aggressive things happening, but yeah, I kind of wish that had been a little bit harder. Just like how I enjoy a dynamic instrumental, I think it's really important for the vocal performance to be dynamic as well, being in different registers. Giving different levels of energy with the vocals would be nice. Now that I think of it, this song kind of reminds me of Man of the Year by Schoolboy Q, just in the way that it kind of just makes you want to like bounce and like, I don't know, be in it. The fuck? I kind of forgot to talk about the lyrics and how I felt about them while I was reviewing this, so I'm coming at you from my voice memos. So as far as lyrics go, I didn't really find anything that interesting about them, or nothing really popped out to me. There were a couple clever lines here and there, but nothing that really super popped out to me that I can quote right now. So, yeah. That's how I felt about the lyrics. It wasn't horrible, wasn't bad, it was decent. Yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel about this track. Thank you, d.respect, for having me on your channel, and yep, see you guys around.
Live from the Westside is the latest single from Bronx rapper Dre Manny. To be honest, before working on this review, I wasn't too well acquainted with Dre's work.
However, this song right here, this song was a great first impression.
Now, the beat starts off as eerie and ambient. It gives off the feeling as if the listeners are in an unfamiliar and potentially dangerous environment. And then suddenly the bass hits you so hard it could make Barry White's voice jealous. I mean, the beat work on this track is great from start to finish. Now, moving on to the actual chorus, where Dre starts, one thing that I really appreciate is the direction that he chose to go on this track, because he did something that a lot of rappers nowadays don't do, and that's give energy and life to his words and his voice as he's actually saying that. Most of the rappers that come out,
they talk as if they got rapping lessons from Cowboy and very monotone like this.
But not Dre. Dre completely makes you feel as if you're on the West Side. Hell, I felt like I was coming straight out the West Side, and I'm from Canada.
You only got but one direction, north.
Now, talking on to the verses, the first verse was a brag rap verse, but it was a brag rap verse done well. Not too much to say about that. It's the second verse that really caught my attention initially. Now, in the second verse, it starts off with his homeboy talking to him, and then it cuts off to say
that this calls for prison. Right there, he starts talking about all the friends that he lost, either to prison or through murders. He starts talking about his environment, a very in-depth analysis of his environment, how it's home to the drug dealers, the pushers, the gangsters. And
I really loved his enthusiasm and how he really enticed the audience and his wordplay throughout that entire segment. Now, the third verse is potentially my favorite verse. In this verse, he's more reserved than the first two. And he speaks about the differences between him and his friends, how he decided to move out, he decided to become a rapper, but they stayed and they wanted to get quick and easy money, drug dealing, gang banging, what have you. He was talking about how he was trying to get a bonds and they're trying to get guns and bombs. Again, wordplay I really like. But overall, I think like the heart and soul of that last verse is the fact that he then begrudgingly says, no matter how far I get away from it, it's always going to be in me. And I really, really love that. It's reminiscent of J. Cole's Immortals.
In the sense that in both cases, both people understand that their environments are toxic to a degree. They understand that they want to get away from that, but they also come to realization that it's in them.
Now, I won't say that in this entire song he's bashing where he comes from. He's actually bigging it up, saying that, you know, the people where he is, he loves them, but he understands the type of mentality that follows. And I really like that self-awareness that comes from rappers when they talk about this. Overall, I'd have to say that this song it's good. I love it. From the beat work to the lyrics to just the little details in terms of the like little talking snippets, skits, whatever you want to call it, in between each verse, it really pulls together to make for a very immersive and great listen. If I were to rate this, I give this a double D's out of 10. Definitely go check it out. I will be on the lookout for any more Dre Manning's songs because I really became a fan with this one.
Alright, this is the D.respect review. We don't really know what this guy's name is. It just says Creative Collective, so we're just going to roll with that. The song's called Live from the Westside. We're just going to hit a couple key points and say how we feel. Talk about the beat first. I like the beat initially because it had that like Requiem feel to it and kind of like strings.
Yeah.
Like kind of what Meek Mill does, just not as intense. Beat-wise, I'm saying.
It came pretty hard, though.
It came hard, but my problem with it is it just felt like there was too much going on.
Like it was kind of sloppy.
Yeah, like too much in a bad way. Like the layering just didn't sound right to me. It just sounded like a lot of like white noise that didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
It didn't sound very clean. I don't know. And then so flow-wise, it's not the worst thing you've heard. I'd say, me personally, like I think it's above par. I just feel like he could have gone a little harder. Like I was waiting for it. He didn't give it to me.
He could have snapped.
And the way that the hook is set up, like
you're like expecting some like bars.
When you're listening to it, you're like, woo! Like there was no point in the track where I was just like, he go, ooh, like look at him flow. Like you just don't feel that. I feel like he just fumbled around the beat at some point. So like the guy, he can flow here and there.
Yeah.
And he used his voice pretty well personally. Like it wasn't straight monotone. I feel like he's definitely like you can hear him. He's still trying to develop. That's what I heard at least. Content wise, you can definitely hear like the validity in his voice. I feel like he you can definitely tell he grew up in this environment.
He's pretty passionate about it.
Yeah, passionate. He has a lot of passion, and my problem with it is that like he presents this lifestyle, and you know it's not like it's 1995 where like you know it's not Goody Mob shining light on what life is like in the hood where like people don't know about it. Like it's 2017, like nearly everybody knows what life in the hood is like because of hip hop, because of a lot of stuff. So it's like if you're gonna present that, cool, but what are you gonna do with that information? That's what I wanted. I wanted to know what his resolution was. He kind of touched on it when he said stuff like people were selling coke and weed and he wasn't. I think he said something about he was preaching to him. I just wanted more of that, like more of a what's the final verdict. And content-wise, as we were talking about earlier, there's just not much like
personality.
Yeah, there's not a lot of flavor to it. And he definitely has like talent and potential. And usually, most rappers deal with the situation where they're all wordplay and have no meaning. He just seems to have a lot of like core meaning, like a lot of passion, but he doesn't have a lot of finesse to it.
Yeah,
isn't.
I agree with you.
He did. I will grant him like stuff he did in production because he did like some vocal filters here and there.
It sounded good.
Yeah, production wise, by the way, like fabulous. Like I loved it. I thought it was great.
I wonder if he did it himself.
I'm not sure, but yeah, production wise, I thought it was pretty clean. Even though I felt like the beat, like I said earlier, was a little weird, but like the hook came in and like you get excited for the song. The hook makes you like excited. The ending, I personally found it a tad corny.
Yeah, there was that weird like speaking part.
It's kind of cringy.
It's kind of dragged on.
But it sucks because you know that he's like really passionate about it and like, he's being serious. I just couldn't help but laugh a little bit because it was just kind of like, I don't know.
It
reminded me of Hobson.
Yeah, it was a little Hobson.
Like I don't know. Yeah, it was a little cringy. But as the song as a whole, it's not horrible. Right?
It isn't horrible. It isn't horrible at all.
It just doesn't have much personality. Not much replay value.
Not much replay value.
We've listened to it a couple times, obviously preparing for this, and there's nothing for me at least that makes me want to return to the tracks after this. You know, I just feel like, you know, you can definitely hear the Westside influence though. Like, there's a lot of schoolboy in there. What I heard, especially
he's definitely going like in the right direction.
Yeah. And even though it's from the West Side, I just have this feeling like Nas is his favorite rapper.
With like the way he raps.
Yeah. Just like a very undeveloped Nas. I feel like I was listening to like Walmart brand Dave East. Like, but anyways, like this kid like definitely has like hella potential and talent. And like I wouldn't tell him like, yo, this shit straight trash. Get that shit off the airwaves, dog.
It isn't trash.
Like,
it isn't trash.
I would definitely be like, you know, like work on this. Like I think you used the word polish earlier. Just polish it up a little bit. You know, tighten shit down. Like, and he could be making some pretty dope music.
Some solid tracks. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm Brock.
Appreciate it. My name's Gary,
and we're in Two Shades Deep rap group, Dallas, Georgia. SoundCloud. Check us out. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
The first thing I thought of when Dre Manning started rapping was Documentary 2, but as his verse continued, the parallel went away. The production on the song is phenomenal, from the angelic vocal samples in the background to the slapping snares and hi-hats. Not to mention, the chorus is one of those hooks where you scream along to and feel the ego of, I got your bitch, I'm drinking liquor, and I'm in designer clothes. In Live from the West Side, Dre Manning goes into detail of his environment where he grew up in, and in the chorus, he shares the sentiment of how he escaped the grim picture that he was painting in the verses with rap. Before the song, I've never heard of Dre Manning, and now I think he has the potential to make a few songs with substance, but he definitely has a lot of bangers in him. If he were to ever come out with a full-length project, I'd definitely check it out.
Dre Manning's Live from the West Side. Right off the bat, I will say that I do love the beat. I love ethereal beats, and this is no exception. I do love what the producers did with the bird samples in the background with the chirping and everything. I thought that was a very unique thing to do with the beat. Other than that, I like the hook. The hook is pretty catchy. The lyrics, though, it's pretty average, pretty J. Cole-ish type bars. I mean, it's nothing really that really stands out to me in terms of his bars. It's pretty average, nothing to really write home about. So if I had to rank my favorite things, it would be beat number 1, the hook is number 2, and the bars are number 3. So yeah.
Alright, D. I see what you mean. You want me to review this shit? I get it. You know, I got my pen and paper, you know, I got my fucking Ron Burgundy one, you know, just for you, okay? I don't know what this is. It sounds Live from the West Side. I don't even know where they're from. Could they be more specific so I can understand? Alright, whatever. Okay. The Creative Collective. Live from the West Side. Production by Aesthetic and Cloud Beats. Not generic at all. Let's go. I'm writing all this down. Alright, that was a track. I mean, okay, I'm gonna start this off. The beginning, very eerie. Alright, I was kind of like, it was okay. The birds that came in, they did not match whatsoever. It was, I don't know, like, it didn't make me seem like I was waking up. It seemed like I was dipping out after drinking so much fucking lean. Okay. And the production ad-libs are kind of ridiculous, kind of generic. I mean, why are we doing that in 2017? I get it, you know, they're pretty low-key and they need the money, but okay, I get it, you know. The beat is okay for the most part. I mean, I really like the distinct hi-hats that came in. They seem kind of different, but the snares are okay. Like I said, the eeriness still sticks within the track pretty much till the end, and then it drops back in again. Okay. The hook is very fucking repetitive. Alright, I'm not fucking with that hook at all. Yeah. Okay. The first verse, I did like the Buddy reference. Very nice. You know, De La Soul. Ooh, spicy as fuck. But, it's okay. It reminds me of Wiki from Rat King. I don't know why. The phone call after the break of that is kind of unnecessary, kind of annoying. I was kind of like, okay, it didn't really add any significance. The second verse, I thought was pretty solid, you know. I love the police line, the dog sentiment, you know, his dog, his sentiment. I love that. That laughing bar is hilarious, you know. That ending when it drops, the eeriness kind of gets the lo-fi filter, and then it starts to cut out, and then he just spits. I love that part. That's second verse, definitely my favorite. I feel like it could have ended there. Didn't need to be 5 minutes long, you know. And that eerie, you know, eeriness with the voice. I don't know what that was. The love and the OG, you know, incentive. It's kind of cringy, awkward, not cringy. Yeah. And the last verse, it was okay. It reminded me of Grog's off in Injury Reserve. I don't know why. I don't know. He just feel like even though the 3 distinct voices, I feel like the only one of them stick out. The other one's just okay. I mean, it's in like Flatbush, you know. Each one of them distinctly brings something to a track, you know. It's okay, you know. And I thought the hood, him bringing out the hood line was okay. It was kind of something I heard before, though. Yeah. And that's my, you know, I give it like a mediocre score, 5 to 6 out of 10, you know, whatever. Hey, just my opinion, man. Just my opinion. Okay, fuck off, okay. D.respect, you piece of shit. Don't make me do this again or I'll fuck you up. Bye.